It's Huddy and the Chili King for their college football preview with some Golden Flake potato chips and Coca-Cola in old school bottling.
Yeah, so today we want to bring you the some picks we have for the first week of the football season, which starts Labor Day weekend, which will be this upcoming weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we wanted to do it with Golden Flake and Coke because that's the way Bear Bryant would have done it.
Yep.
Probably Pat Dye too.
Yep.
Ice cold Coca-Cola. So we're going to talk a little bit about these different chips, and we're going to talk a little bit about some football, and we're going to talk a little bit about a new corporate sponsor. Actually, he's an existing corporate sponsor that came back for another video. We may include him in a couple of videos.
We've already included him in one video.
That's right, and we're talking about Mike Raby from Rooftech Solutions. So look, Mike provided us with these cool Yeti cups with his logo on them.
They're awesome.
They're very cool. And Mike wanted me to tell you guys that Rooftech Solutions, they do new construction, they do remodeling, they do roofs, they do insurance work, they do house repair, they do vinyl siding and other kinds of siding. And he wants to tell you he is starting indoor and outdoor painting. So I'm going to put his contact information on here, so give old Mike a call, and he'll hook you up. Now, Mike is an Alabama fan, but we still like him anyway.
He's okay.
Yeah, so I have on a Georgia Tech shirt, which is confusing because I graduated from Auburn, but for some reason, I have lots of different shirts, and we don't need to get into that. Hudson, on the other hand,
is an Oklahoma State fan.
He's an Oklahoma State fan and an Auburn fan, so he's all confused. Yeah. But that's okay. He has chosen two schools with a lot of orange.
Yep, I have. So
Oklahoma State's actually supposed to be pretty good this year, right?
They're supposed to be really good this year.
He said we.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start this episode by picking a few games while we eat some potato chips. Just like Bear Bryant and Pat Dye would have done.
Let's start with our Buffalo Rangers.
Yeah, so we've already opened these. We started a video and then we had some problems. So we have already opened these. These are Buffalo Ranch Golden Flake, and we're gonna pick the Auburn Georgia Southern game.
Do I need to go first?
Yes, you need to go first.
So
let's eat a chip first. We already know what that tastes like. They're really good. A little hint of ranch, a little hint of buffalo, a little spice.
Do I need to start on the screen?
Really good. Yeah, so give me a score for the Auburn Georgia Southern. We already know who we think was going to win, so we're going to do a score.
Auburn is going to win because Georgia Southern isn't supposed to be that good this year.
Okay.
I don't think they should be. I think the score will be 35-14.
Okay. If it's that close,
it's not that
Auburn may have a long year. I think Auburn's going to win like 41-10. But that's okay. We both think Auburn's going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. So on top of that, let's give the Buffalo Ranch Golden Flake potato chips a score. And let me tell you what, guys, these are good. I'll definitely get those again. What would you give those out of 5?
4.75.
I give them a 4.5. Those are really good. I don't think we've ever had those before today. Do you?
Yeah.
We have?
We might have.
I don't know. We may have. So now we're going to go with the cheese curls from Golden Flake. And we're going to pick the Florida-Michigan game, which is a big non-conference rivalry. Not rivalry, but game.
Yeah, that should be a good game. I think...
I'm not a big fan of Michigan's coach.
I like isn't it Harbaugh still? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Florida will win.
You think Florida will win? You want to give a score?
I think Florida will win 28-24.
Ooh, 28-24. Okay. Michigan, I think, lost a lot. Florida has got some people suspended for some off the field issues.
Yep.
I think Michigan's going to win. I think Michigan wins 23-16.
They lost all their good players, though.
I don't know. I'm just going with Michigan. Okay, so what would we grade the Golden Flake cheese curls?
5. These are so good.
They are really good. These are the best cheese curls ever.
Uh-huh.
What do you give them?
I said a 5.
Oh, you said a 5?
That's so good.
I'm not going to give them a 5, but I'll give them a 4.75. Those are really, really good.
Dill pickle next?
Yeah, let's go dill pickle. We eat a lot of these dill pickle chips, so we don't even really need to taste them. But so we're going to let BYU versus LSU. We're going to pick the next two with the dill pickles. So BYU versus LSU and Texas A&M versus UCLA, brought to you by Golden Flake dill pickle chips. So what do you think of the BYU LSU game? Side note on that, that game's supposed to be played in Houston, and Houston's undergoing some heavy rain from the hurricane, and they may move that game. I hope they do. They don't need to do that in Houston.
They probably have to.
Okay, so who LSU or BYU?
LSU.
I agree. Do you want to pick a score or just want to pick a winner?
41-7. They're gonna crush BYU.
Wow. Ed Orgeron comes out with a big victory. I think they win too. I think they win 38-17.
Did LSU get a new quarterback?
I don't know.
Because if they didn't,
I don't think so. I think they got that guy from Purdue. But okay, so we're also going to pick. Let's eat some of these and pick UCLA and Texas A&M. By the way, real quick on that, UCLA has a really good quarterback who has a hot tub in his dorm room, and came out and said that college and sports don't mix or something like that. So very controversial figure. And Texas A&M's coach is on the hot seat.
I don't know. I think Texas A&M will win. They're always okay or pretty good.
Okay, so you're going with Texas A&M. You want to give me a score?
They'll beat them 21-14.
21-14. Okay. I actually think UCLA is going to win, and I think UCLA is going to win like 38-34.
Ooh, that's
I'm going to be honest, I know nothing about either team, except for the quarterback, and I know that Kevin Sumlin's, he got some issues. All right, so what do you give these dill pickle chips? I already know what you're going to give them.
5.
He gives them 5. I'm giving them a 5 too. These are the best dill pickle chips I've ever eaten. They will tear the roof off your mouth if you eat too many of them. They're so sour.
Yeah, they're so sour.
But they're good. So we're getting another 5.
Pick one from your side.
Okay, we're going to get on my side. And we're going to pick the next two games, which is South Carolina and NC State. And a person named Cole Kublik on the radio picked NC State in his Final Four this year, and it's got some controversy brewing. And also Vandy and Middle Tennessee State, and that's for you, Patrick Chestnut and James Ellis. So we're going to do Golden Flake Sweet Heat for these two games. So first of all, pick South Carolina and NC State.
South Carolina. I don't like NC State at all.
Whoa. Okay, let's try one of these. That looks like that might be hot. That Sweet Heat is good. Okay, so you're going with South Carolina on the South Carolina NC State game. You hear that, Cole Kublik?
South Carolina.
Okay, South Carolina's quarterback played at Opelika under the tutelage of one Eric Speakman.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know his
no.
name either. All right, so I'm going to go with NC State. And I don't buy into maybe them making the Final Four like Cole Kublik does, former Auburn graduate. Fellow Auburn graduate. But I do think NC State's good. I think the ACC as a whole is good. And so you're going to go with South Carolina. I'm going to go with NC State by 10 points or so. Yeah, I really believe it. Okay, so Vandy, MTSU. By the way, these things are pretty spicy. I'm waiting one more. Vandy, MTSU.
And I don't know. I like both of the teams.
Liking them doesn't mean who's going to win.
I think MTSU will be better.
I tell you what. I don't feel real confident in my pick, but I'm picking Vandy.
We never know what Vandy's going to do.
Yeah, we don't. So I'm picking Vandy. What are we giving the Sweet Heat barbecue potato chips from Golden Flake, the South's original potato chip?
4.5.
I'm going to go with a 4.25. I really like them, but they're hot. So
Yeah,
you know how I feel about hot stuff. If I eat too many of them, I'll be burnt up.
Yep.
Well, get the barbecue. So the barbecue gets to go alongside Tennessee and Georgia Tech, and Tulsa and Oklahoma State. Tulsa and Oklahoma State, I threw that in for you because I don't know that that's really a big game, but
No.
but Tennessee, Georgia Tech. So that Tennessee lost a lot. Georgia Tech plays that crazy offense. Who you got in that game?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. I got Georgia Tech. We're picking a lot of different.
Georgia Tech, I don't know how they're going to be.
Well, Georgia Tech, that crazy offense, I don't know. I just think they're going to win. They run that flex bone, whatever it's called.
Oh,
All right, so get your chip and tell me Oklahoma State and Tulsa.
Oklahoma State.
All right, I'm going Oklahoma State too. So Oklahoma State and Tulsa. I think Tulsa's supposed to be pretty good this year. They're not in a Power 5 conference. Golly, look at that thing. It's coated.
And Oklahoma State's supposed to be better.
Oklahoma State's supposed to be pretty good. They're supposed to be one of the better Big 12 teams. So we're going to go with Oklahoma State. What are you going to give these barbecue chips?
Let's say 4.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 4 too. They're okay. They don't have a whole lot of seasoning, actually. Okay, so now we're going to go with the old original, like Bear Bryant would say. Back when Bear Bryant was alive, I don't think they had anything but originals. Anyway, so the originals get to go with Kentucky Southern Miss and Alabama Florida State, which is the biggest game of the weekend. So eat me. Look, this thin and crispy. So good. Southern Miss, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I'm going to pick Kentucky too, though. I think that game will be really close. So
Didn't Southern Miss beat somebody last year?
they beat somebody every
Mississippi
year.
State. But no, at the
I don't know.
same
Southern
team.
Miss is really supposed to be pretty good this year. There's a kid from Athens on that team. Maybe more than one, actually. But I know there's one. So, anyway, we're going with Kentucky, but I think Southern Miss plays them close. But it wouldn't surprise me if Southern Miss wins. Okay, so now Alabama, Florida State. I'm going to put the hat on.
Let's.
What's his name? What's that guy's name that puts the hats on?
I have no idea.
Corso.
Corso, yeah.
So, I guess that tells you up front who I'm picking.
I think Florida State.
You're picking Florida State?
Yes, even though I don't like either.
Okay, I don't like either team. I'm picking Alabama, and here's why. Alabama has the most talent in all of college football. I think by far over most teams. There's 3 or 4 teams that have somewhat equal talent. Actually, Florida State is one of those teams. So I think Florida State could beat Alabama, but I don't think they will, and I think they'll get blown out.
Blown out?
Yeah, I think we're talking 34-14, 37-14, something like that.
No.
You think Florida State wins?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I think it'll be really
either
close.
way, we lose on that game. I'm just kidding. So, I'm gonna put a little graphic up here showing our picks again at the end. And the fun part of this is next week you'll have to tune in to see if we got any of them right.
We'll probably get most of them right.
Well,
I will.
We won't all get them right because we picked a bunch of different stuff. So look, these little Coca-Colas, look, we got these at Hometown Grocery. They are so good. My grandfather used to buy these. That is pure goodness, even if you like Pepsi better. So this has been fun. Whoa, he didn't grab the Golden Flake thin and crispy.
Oh my gosh, it's a 5 all day. I always have a 5 all day.
Well, these are really, really good. I love these chips. Always have. They got them on sale right now at Hometown if you want to go get some. That's why I got all these, because they were cheap, because you know I'm cheap. All right, so we've enjoyed doing this. Don't count us out yet. I've enjoyed doing this little thing where if everybody tends to enjoy it, maybe we'll do one of these every week. We might do one for NFL.
That'll be fun every week.
But thanks for tuning in. Share, like, and subscribe, and comment below if you think we're just a bunch of idiots. We're okay with that, okay? But remember, this week, get ready for college football and be thinking about those in Houston. They got a bad situation down there right now. Not just Houston, but the whole Texas coast. Hopefully we don't get that in Alabama this year. All right, so for
Huddy
and the Chili King,
we are out.
Roll Tide!